have some magic spiritual gift that you guys don't all have. That's not the case. The truth is you guys can all do what I do. I'm literally just a normal guy who does construction work. I'm not some guru spiritual guy who like meditates every night and has to do years and years of like kumbaya to make sure that I can get these messages from spirit.
Because there's something about passing out jewelry.
Yeah, I know exactly what that is. Yeah.
Does that mean that the closer I get to the event, that the fear's not there? Hell no.
Spot on. Like, he's the real deal.
Because I have to have enough ego to get up here in front of all of you. I have to have enough ego to want to do this kind of work.
But all those things came through and he was just like, boom, 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 you know.
But the minute I let my ego go too far and it gets too big and I start taking credit for this work, then spirit takes this away from me. All of a sudden the messages aren't accurate. All of a sudden I can't do this work. All of a sudden I'm not good enough. I have to keep my ego the right size. I have to keep it middle size. I call it medium-sized ego. Hi, welcome here, Jared the Medium. We are getting ready to do another gallery reading in Santa Clara. So far, I'm pretty calm with my nerves. I'm a little nervous about the gallery, but so far not too bad. It's only a half hour away, so you know, I'm sure the closer I get, the more nervous I will get. But looking forward to it. So yeah, welcome to Santa Clara. Hi, welcome here. My name's Jared the Medium, and I'm going to share a little bit of mediumship with you today. So sometimes being wrong is the evidence. And if I'm not willing to be wrong, then I just miss the evidence. Sometimes the best evidence I get is when I say something and then they correct me and I go, oh, no, wait, they said, no, that's not right. And people are like, oh, no, you're right. That's not. Like, that's some of the best evidence I get, especially for me. I love it because I know that's not me. I don't correct myself. I don't tell myself I'm wrong. You know what I mean? That's not how my ego works, right? So I know when I do that it's spirit and not me. Hi, how are you?
Good.
Can you tell me your name?
Sherry.
Why are roses important to you?
I just like flowers.
You just like flowers? Mm-hmm. Okay. Do you have tattoos?
Yeah.
You have a tattoo in remembrance of somebody?
No, but I need to get one.
Okay, that would work for me. If there's like one, like you've got a plan for one?
Yeah, I do.
So I saw the rose. So here's how this works. I saw the rose. When I saw the rose, it turned into a tattoo.
Yeah.
And when I saw it as a tattoo,
I have that right there too.
So when I saw it as a tattoo, then they want to talk about tattoos. Anytime someone bring up tattoos for me, it means we want to talk about in remembrance of a tattoo. Now, and sometimes it can be we just don't have it yet, but there's a plan to get one, okay? But that only works for me if there's a plan for you to get it and somebody else. Is there a plan for you and someone else also? Okay, okay. So yeah, and again, not that it always was that way, but I just got that information as I was saying. Like that just slipped in and I knew there was more than one person. And so I say, okay, give me something more confirmation. Because again, I don't like the vague stuff. Like nobody's gonna be convinced by vague. I'm not convinced by vague, right? So, oh, you got a tattoo of somebody is vague. But then I said, give me something that I know for sure that was a good message. And she said that there's two. Now, I just said she said.
I know.
Did you catch that?
Mm-hmm.
That was another slip. I didn't mean to say she. Now I got chills all over. I know I got a female energy coming in. So now I know that tattoo was maybe for a female. I don't know for sure. I know that a female's giving me the information. But I can assume by the way, the order that it came in, that we're talking about memory of somebody, we're talking about a tattoo, and then a female slipped the word she in, and again, I'm getting chills all over, so now I do know. You have a female that's passed who this tattoo's for.
My twin.
Yeah, okay. And she's like letting you know, like, she's letting me know for sure. Like, she's strong. I got chills all over. Like, I can't like stop them. I'm like, okay, you got to stop so I know when I'm right. You're just giving me a yes the whole time. Okay. All right, so again, I thought when I first came into you that you had another kid that I was going to bring in. But now if you tell me you have a twin that's gone, then that makes sense. Because I thought, for some reason, I felt the two, but I thought it was next to you.
Well, she has a daughter that is like my daughter now.
Perfect.
So, yeah.
Okay, so I wanted to come to you and ask you how many kids you had, and you were going to tell me, and I was going to be like, no, you have more than that. So that's exactly what I would thought, how I thought this was all going to play out in my mind when I came to you. I got to talk about the kids. So when I was over there and I saw you from across the room, I was going to come to you and ask you about the kids. But again, I got lost on the way over here and didn't do that. But so now it's a little late. But that's where I was going with that. So do you have 2 total with the other one?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
She says thank you. And she says it in sign language, so that's a symbol to me that she didn't get the chance to say thank you to you about this. So that means she passed before she, or didn't know, or it was fast. She didn't know. So it wasn't like a drawn out thing. She knew it was coming. This was a fast passing. Is that correct?
Well, it was.
Or she didn't
She was
expect it?
sick for a while, but I mean, I watched her die, and so.
Okay.
Yeah.
So then no, it was not a fast passing.
No, I mean, I didn't expect it to happen when it happened.
Okay, that's the feeling. Like, and again, I meant to say fast passing, and what came out of my mouth was we didn't expect it to happen. I think, I don't know,
Yeah.
but yeah, I do get the feeling like
I never actually thought she would.
Yeah, either did she. So she did not expect this to happen because she didn't have a chance to be like, hey, thank you. Even though you guys did talk about this, she says, you did talk about you taking responsibility. You did talk about it, but she didn't realize how much of a big deal it was going to be. And she's saying, thank you so much. She wants to let you know she's with the older male. So she's with the older male. So this is like dad or grandpa or
My
something.
dad.
Yeah. So she's like, I'm with daddy. She said daddy. Yeah. So now I know daddy. So she's like, I'm with dad. So dad would have passed before her, correct?
I don't know, after her.
Okay. See, I wasn't sure. You guys could tell I wasn't sure, right? Like, see how I was like guessing? I'm like, he died. It wasn't like I knew. Like, you see when I know when I'm getting it and I'm spitting it out and it's like boom, 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 or when it's like, you can kind of see I'm checking, I'm guessing. I mean, honestly, it's guessing at that point. And I hate to say that in front of all you because who wants to? But that's the truth. Like when I'm not getting it direct, I'm making assumptions based on everything else I've got, and then I'm trying to get the information, and it starts to come in. Usually I start to say it and I get it, but that time I was wrong, and it's okay. That was me. That's my ego. That's what happens. It happens to all of us, right? That's what I'm trying to show you. Doesn't mean that the rest of the information wasn't good. It just means that I kind of leaned on myself instead of getting it from spirit at that moment. You understand? Okay. So again, I see the thank you again. So now I want to talk about something else she wants to say thank you for. So I know you thanked her, you're honoring her by taking care of her daughter. I'll go back to that in a second. But then she said something about, I feel like you're honoring her. I know we talked about tattoo. That's another way to honor somebody. But there's another thing she's talking about. So I feel like I'm at a location, or I feel like I'm at you have a picture of her up or something, or some kind of like, again, it's a feeling of a memorial. It's a memorial type thing, or like what do you call this? Where you have stuff up of hers.
Yeah.
So do you understand that? Was she cremated?
No.
So is there question marks around that?
No, she wasn't committed, but like I do a yearly thing on her birthday to like, yeah.
To honor her? Is there like?
Or our birthday. Yeah.
Like that. Okay. So I'm still not getting this right because she's giving it to me again. So here's how this works. Like she said something and I could easily be like, okay, yeah, that was it. But that's not. I go back in my head and they show me the same thing they just showed me, which is my symbol that I didn't get it right or I got to keep talking about it. And again, sometimes it's like, I got to keep talking about it. I got to keep going. I mean, and they will not give me anything else or let me stop until I get it if I'm supposed to get it. That's just how it works. So I got to go back in and get it again. Okay. Now I'm seeing something different. So now I'm seeing a picture with the two of you in it. So now I want to talk about a picture or a painting even, or something that there's like that she brings up that's like the two of you. Do you have a picture up of you and her that you look at all the time, or that you would think of her, or there's something she would bring up?
Well, yeah. Well, so it's sort of crazy. So when we were born, our baby pictures were both like facing each other, like almost kissing, and when she passed away, it was the same thing. So it's sort of weird. Picture here.
Perfect. Okay, so there was something that matched that she wanted you to see like that. Okay, so explain that to me one more time. There's a baby picture of you two.
When we were born, yeah, and when she died, I was laying next to her,
And
also trying to, like, yeah.
Okay, so the same as she left and as she came. Okay, she says as I left and as I came. Okay, yeah, that's what she was trying to get me to get you to say. So then again, the only reason I feel okay knowing that's what it was is because I got a little bit of chills and they moved on. They let me see something else. So now if they let me move on, then that means my work's done. See, I'm not really, if I'm doing this right, I'm not in control. Spirit's in control, right? And you see, when I'm in control, I miss, all right, I guess. So that's how that works. Okay, one more thing for you. Actually, can I talk to him for a second?
Mhm.
Is he doing sports? Did he start something and then give up on it?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
What was that?
Soccer.
That's what I thought. Good, because soccer wasn't the right thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I would say wrestling.
Thought of it.
Again, get past the fear. I get chills all over now. So yeah, so spirit's like, yes, okay, strong chills. Wrestling, because here's why. It's not a team sport. It's an individual thing, which is what you need. You need the individual part of it, but it's also a team. So it's like both. Also, it's a way to get out aggression for you, and you need an outlet like that. Soccer just wasn't the one. So again, don't give up because you didn't like soccer, because nobody likes soccer.
Thank you for coming and doing a follow-up reading with us.
Yes.
Prior to the gallery, were you a skeptic, or did you actually believe in spirits always around?
I do. I did always believe
Okay.
in it. I am still skeptical.
Yeah.
I mean, I believe in it, but I guess I'm just skeptical sometimes. It just,
Yeah. Sometimes it's hard to believe, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, well, yeah, I believe in it. I guess I just get skeptical of, like, is this person being serious? Is this person, you know what I mean? Like, so that's what I'm,
Yeah.
yeah.
Did you think that way when Jared walked in the room?
No, not at all.
You already felt him?
Yeah. Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. How was your experience there?
It was awesome. I mean, it was like very emotional. Like, I mean, I was very like, I was like crying before he even came to me because it was just, I kept thinking to myself, like, let my family be louder than all the other family members. let them catch his attention,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that worked.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Can you explain what came through a little bit?
You mean like my sister?
Mhm.
Yeah, my sister. So my twin sister. My father was there too, but mainly my twin sister. We were really close, obviously. And so before I went, I just like was asking her to like please come talk to me, and because there's a lot of unsaid things, and just before she died, it was so funny. So I was like, we could be like super twins, like where you're up there and I'm down here, and we could like communicate with each other.
I love it.
Yeah.
What type of person was she? If you can explain that a little bit.
Yeah, she's a very good person. Very loving. Never thinks she's better than anybody else. Tons of friends. Just a good person. We always like to do stuff. I would say we because I'm used to like referring to us as like to do things for other people. We like to. I'm very spiritual. We both started like getting into this stuff really young, actually, like tarot cards and stuff like that. Very young age. And then she had a little girl that was 6 years old when she passed. And she did like she's starting to do stockbroking. But she worked in travel like me.
Mhm.
She loved to travel. She loved music. She loved blues music. She loved motorcycles.
Yeah.
She had a really funny laugh, and she's just really funny. And we actually were very, being a twin, you can get away with a lot. I know that sounds funny, but it's sort of funny. It's just, so we had a lot of fun. We used to like switch jobs. Like on April Fool's Day, she'd go to my job, I'd go to her job, and see if anybody noticed. And so we were sort of, I don't know what the word for that is, but we just like to have,
Mhm.
mischievous, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think it would be fun.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm going to go get him.
Welcome here.
Thank you.
All right. Are you married?
No.
Where's the break? Are you with the male or did you break?
Oh, no, we're not together yet.
Okay.
Yeah.
She wants to talk about the break. So
Okay.
when they show me like a branch next to you breaking,
Mm-hmm.
then that's what she wants to say. So is that the father of your child that they're the last break? Or is there someone else after that?
No, that's the last one.
Okay.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Again, I get the feeling for you that you have not gotten past that.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you're stuck.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not sure if it's your sister's passing or the break, or if it was like one on top of the other.
It's a bunch, yeah.
On top of another.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like they're showing me you got stuck back there.
Mm-hmm.
And you have not moved forward.
Yeah.
Emotionally.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? That's what this is. So are you not in a relationship right now at all?
No.
Because you feel very lonely also.
Yeah.
There's a loneliness feeling.
Yeah. Well, I think that's just because my sister's gone too. No. Okay.
No. So loneliness, we think that, right? We think loneliness is the absence of other people, but that's not the case. Loneliness is the absence of being comfortable in your own skin.
Yeah.
Because you can be all alone and be lone and be satisfied.
Yeah.
And you can be with a room full of people and still be lonely.
Yeah.
Do you understand that?
Mhm.
It's not about anybody else.
Okay.
It's not. It's
Mhm.
about you.
Yeah.
If you're comfortable in your own skin, if you're happy with yourself, you're never lonely.
Yeah.
That's the truth. So it's not an absence of losing somebody else. That's an excuse, right? That is true. Do you have a father figure that's passed?
Yes.
Okay. Like so were you not able to be there when he passed, or was there something about somebody wasn't able to be there because there was an argument or there was something going on, or?
So weird thing to say right now, but I think his wife killed him. And that's crazy, I know, but that actually is really what
Well,
I think.
hold on, don't say anything. You might think it's crazy, but I've seen crazier, so don't let me ask him and see if I can get anything on that before you tell me more.
Okay.
Okay. Well, first thing he says is no.
Okay.
He's like, no.
Okay.
But did they fight a lot?
Yeah, they were just signing divorce papers.
Okay. Because he said, but we were not getting along. Did he have heart? Is there a heart something going on with him?
No, he just he could have was an addiction. And he just didn't wake up. And
because he pointed at himself, which is like, he said, she didn't kill me, I killed myself. And I thought what I thought when he pointed at his heart was like, he had done years of damage to it by like not taking care of himself.
Yeah.
And so that's how he died.
Mhm.
That's what he says.
Okay.
He took responsibility for it.
Okay.
He's like, and it didn't feel like it was a overnight thing, like take responsibility, but it did feel like piled on top of. So if you say addiction, then he's saying basically I didn't take care of myself. Okay. You understand that?
Yeah.
That's what he's saying.
Okay.
All right. So your dad's father been passed. Did they have some kind of butting of heads?
Yeah.
Because he wants you to know. This is like, because here's what I saw. He showed me the loving equipment. He showed me his life. He showed me love and working, love all that stuff. But then he showed me the darkness, like the sad, the why he drank, why he had problems, and he went right to dad.
Yeah.
Okay. But then he showed me them holding hands in spirit.
Okay.
So he needs to let you know that they've reconciled.
Okay.
And they're okay. And I got chills all over right now, all over my body. So he wanted to let you know that him and dad, now they're hugging.
Okay.
Okay. You had a flower on you, huh?
Yeah.
Okay, because your sister keeps handing you flowers, and I'm like, I don't do flowers.
Yeah.
I don't like to talk about flowers, but she keeps handing. It's like the third time I've seen her hand you a flower with this, talking about this, and she's trying to cheer you up, and she keeps handing you flowers, and I'm like, I'm not going to talk about flowers. But then I remembered you wearing one, and you said you like flowers, right? Yeah. Okay. So again, I already knew that, but just so you know, she keeps handing. She's like, I know how to cheer her up, and she keeps giving you flowers. You should have been a florist.
That was my first job, actually.
I knew it. I knew you were going to say that. I knew you were going to say that.
Yeah.
I almost said you, like she said you should, you were done, you almost would like going to be a florist. You had plans to like have your own.
Yeah, well, yeah, that was my original plan, yeah.
Yeah, perfect. Do you have a necklace of your sister's?
Yeah.
She just put a necklace around you? Have you heard her voice?
Yeah, she called me on the phone.
Okay, because she just gave me my symbol to tell you that you've heard her. This hasn't come through before, right?
What?
In the gallery, I didn't mention it?
No.
Okay. Because she just showed me my symbol for like, tell her she heard me. She heard my voice. She heard me. Okay. So tell me about that.
Okay. So, what was like, I was like probably at the lowest of my life. Like the first time I was ever like, I thought I wasn't going to kill myself, but I was thinking about suicide. And I was like driving and just falling. And then the phone rang and like I recognized the number, but I didn't know from where, and then I answered it and I heard her voice. It was like, sort of like somewhat mechanical, but not. It was like really far away, like distance. And then she was just like, you are my sunshine, my only sunshine, which is like our song. And she's like, I love you. I love you. And then it just disconnected. And then I called the number back right away and it was like, this number has been disconnected. It's no longer in service. And like, I had to like pull over because I was just like
Falling.
Yeah.
See the tears in my eyes.
Yeah. And so then I went into Safeway to get a drink. And as I was typing in my number, or, I realized it was the number that called me, which was our old house number that we shared.
No way.
Yeah.
Oh, that's amazing. I got chills
know.
all over the whole time you were saying
And I'm
that.
pretty sure the reason it happened is because I was like very like
Yeah. Oh,
more
yeah.
than I've ever.
Oh, yeah. You're making me cry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then there's another time after that, she actually left me a voicemail, and it was just her saying hi.
Oh,
Yeah.
perfect.
And I called my friends, like, this is Carrie, right? And they're like, oh my god, that is, so yeah.
Yeah. No, that's
It
exactly
was
what you're
really
talking
hard
about.
for me in the beginning. So
No, I've had very similar. The reason I'm tearing up is I've had very similar things happen where I'm like at that low point where I'm thinking about suicide or just like, I can't do this, or, I've been there and gotten that happen to me before. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I just like, again, you see me, I don't normally get emotional when people, unless it's something that like tugs at like something I can relate to. Most of the time I can stay detached, but I related to that, just so you know, because I've been there.
Yeah.
And that was her.
Yeah.
You're all, but again, it's good to have confirmation because
I know,
she says you think you're crazy.
Yeah.
But she's like, tell her she's not crazy. That was me. That was me. I called her.
We had a connection where it was like not just unconditional love, but it was like I never even thought about being alone my entire life. I never even like considered the word. I mean, and I didn't know that until after she was gone, and then it's like, oh wow, like I never even thought about it, And it's and so it's just, and it's like I try to find that, and it's just like this world, I guess, is so many people are just so cold, or just there's no connection, and so it's like I just miss that connection, that like knowing.
It's a soul connection. So it's what you're describing as a soul connection. It's when two souls that you've been in multiple lifetimes with, okay, are connected, okay? But it's actually more powerful than that because you're actually connected here.
Yeah.
And there. So it's a very, very strong connection. You're right. And people who aren't twins don't understand it.
Yeah.
They have a little, some, if you find your soulmate, you understand it a little bit, but not quite like that. It's your soulmate.
Yeah.
But it's not a partner. It's your sister. Okay.
Yeah.
So that was your soulmate. And you feel like you lost half of you when she passed. Okay. So here's what I want to show you. Okay. For that whole time in your life, you had something that nobody else had.
Yeah.
You got to experience that. That was a gift.
Yeah.
Now you're out here with the rest of us.
Yeah. I know.
So it's not that you've lost. You didn't lose. Okay. You had a gift that the rest of us don't get to have.
Yeah.
Do you understand?
Yeah.
You did.
I know. I mean,
Now
now
that it's gone, you're missing it. But you've got to understand that you had something that nobody else had.
Yeah.
And so you need to look at it that way. Do you understand?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the truth. The truth is you had a gift and now it's gone. And so now it hurts. It's harder because most of us don't ever get to experience it. So we don't know when we lose it. Right.
Yeah.
But you're not any worse off than the rest of us now. You're just in the same boat as the rest of us.
Yeah.
Okay. So you're not lower than anybody. You're not in a lower spot.
Yeah.
You're not.
Yeah, before she died, like I told her, we should be like super twins, You'll be up there, I'll be down here, we can work together, like get some stuff done.
You could if you can get past the fear.
Yeah.
I take it your sister came through. Can you tell us a little bit of the detail that he gave you today?
Just basically that I need to start working on. I haven't talked to anybody since she died. I've never been to therapy at all. And I've been knowing that I have to do it. So because I've just been like, she's dead. Like, I just haven't felt whole, like I feel like I died too, the day she died. And so it's just, I've been stuck there. It's just been 17 years. So it's been a really long time. And so I know I need to work on me because it's time. Or I just need to talk to somebody. And then, she mentioned some other, and my dad mentioned stuff too, and like a break between like me and my son's father, and that was, I didn't get into it too much with him because but there was like abuse with that, and so that's also something so there's just a lot. He would say, he's like, there's like this on top of this on top of it, and it is, and that's what it is. It's just ever since she died, it's just been one horrible thing on top of another. So, and I've never talked about it. So
What was the evidence of your sister? How did you know it was your sister?
Um, well, just because I mean he just he just knew stuff like he knew I don't know how to explain it. It was just he knew exactly what I was like. So on the way here, I was like trying to think like what questions do I have, but it's like I didn't really have questions. I just wanted to be like told like what I need to do. What do I need to do to get better, and that's what he did. And then he brought up like my son and her daughter, and then he brought up like different little things that we had like when we were younger. We used to fight over like stupid things like our hair tool or just stuff like that, and then he knew how she contacted me. Like she called me on the phone, whatever, and so he just knew things. That
But no one else does.
yeah,
Right. Especially since you don't know him.
yeah,
Right.
yeah.
Okay. What's the strongest detail that he said that stood out the most to you?
It would just be trying to think.
Okay.
With I guess that would actually sort of be with my dad. He knew about my dad had a really bad history with his father was abusive to him, like really abusive, and he brought up how they made up now and how that it was bad because it was bad, and then also so for the longest time I thought my dad's ex-wife killed him. And I've always felt real guilty about that because I did say something when it happened, but everybody was just like, oh, Sherry's crazy. I was actually incarcerated at the time and I got released to go. You know what I mean? So it was like, I was the bad, the bad sheep. I was the like, don't listen to her. And I've always felt like guilty, like I didn't follow up with it or I didn't, I literally considered calling the police today. I mean, like, hey, I think you should, And so when he brought like that up and how he was saying it was his own fault, that was really cool. Yeah.
I know it's really deep because Jared got emotional. So
Yeah.
When he does that, I know he feels it too.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
okay.
I'm so glad I came. And actually, what's so funny is that yesterday I was in Brentwood. I stopped in Brentwood where my brother lives. And I went into this like little crystal shop, and they had a talk tarot deck there. I'm like, oh, I'm just going to do a reading real quick, and I was like, oh, just because I'm really nervous about today, just because just like I don't like dealing with what I got going on. I felt like this was going to make me deal with something I didn't want to deal with. You know what I mean? It's like, and it actually it said to me that I was coming to see a spiritual healer. Like, I did a 3-card spread, and it was just saying like for me to be open and for me to be willing to hear what needs to be said. And so that was just like confirmation right there. Like,
yeah,
this is what I needed to do. Yeah.
Thank you for joining me for this episode of Medium Sized Ego. My hope in sharing with you my process and how I get messages from Spirit and how I share them with other people is so that you can all see that this is obtainable. This is not some magic special gift that only the select few have. That's just not the case. Anybody can do what I do, as long as you keep your ego right-sized and practice. So my hope with sharing this with you is that you heard, saw, or felt something today that opens your mind, opens your heart just a little bit to allow Spirit to work its way in and maybe just for a moment make you believe. But don't trust me. I would never ask you to believe me. Believe your guides. Believe your loved ones. Believe Spirit, because they are working with you every day. They are giving you messages every day. All those times when you get warned that something bad's about to happen, all those times you think of somebody just before they call, all those times that you get that thought, that's not you. That's not dumb luck. That is Spirit.